Hey, everybody, coming up soon. Do a little audio check. How's everything sounding in the chat? Sounding good? Okay. Bob should be joining shortly. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Sounds good. Thanks, Panic. Thank you. Bob's walking donut. Hey, Eduardo, what's up, dude? My friend. We'll get started shortly here as soon as Bob gets in place. So it doesn't sound good. Does it sound good? Does it not sound good? Here he comes. Hey, Bob. Come on in, man.
Yes.
Yes, Bob. Can you hear me, Bob?
I can't hear you with my
Okay.
ears. I'm doing it psychically.
Okay, hold on a second. What?
I think you just asked what? I'm not sure though. I'm trying this new technique.
Let's see here.
Oh,
No.
okay. There we go.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, dude.
Can you hear me?
Oops. Jesus. Where did it just go?
Can you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
I'm trying to get the old toolbars up, and I never can get them to
You're a
work.
toolbar.
Oh boy.
So I could see you. You don't have to turn your video on unless you want to.
No, that's all right.
Whoa. Oh, hey. There. Let me
Why
know.
is that?
Are you comfortable, Bob?
Not really. Why is it on now? Should I turn
Yeah, the
should I
show is
turn it
on
off?
now. We are on
No,
now.
my vidya.
You could turn your video off. There you go.
Oh, yeah, because this usually I don't have the problems. I'm also testing something out here.
Okay.
I have a new pair of AirPods, which God, I mean, I have to think about the name of those fucking things every time. Um, I got a new pair of AirPods, and the old ones, these kind of were cutting in and out, and they didn't really work. They were so quiet. So I don't know. This should hopefully sound better than just using my phone speaker. How's it sound? Can you hear me?
I could hear you
Does
very
it sound
clear.
very clear? Okay, well that's good.
Give me 1 second. I have to just send out the link to a couple, actually just to Stacy, so she can watch from the room or listen. She can't watch.
Tell her to look around the
Well,
corner.
just pop your head in.
Yeah,
It's not like she's never heard
like a
me.
like a puppet.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God! Donut, of course, because we just took a walk. Now he wants to play.
All right. Well,
Dog's so backwards sometimes. The
so
thing he does
I
is
mean,
every
Bob,
time. What?
you don't have to be sitting right there. As long as the Bluetooth is working, you could walk around your house and
Right.
still be on the air.
Right. Oh, I know, but there's like dead spots in my house. Well, I guess my phone's sitting in the same spot.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mean. Yeah.
right.
Just how strong your Bluetooth is.
Yeah. Why to get my steps in? Why wouldn't I walk around? You know, I only walk around when I'm talking on a business meeting with my important business job.
Of course, right.
When I'm talking about charts and graphs.
Well, Bob, I'm going to
Anyway,
start the show by playing our intro,
go ahead.
and then we'll get started. Sound good?
Knock yourself out.
All right.
I mean, don't just play the thing.
Bob and Ron.
It's Bob and Ron.
I don't know Bob and Ron.
Bob and Ron?
Bob and Ron.
Bob and Ron.
Bob and Ron.
Bob and Ron.
I love Bob and Ron. Now here are Bob and Ron, the definition of high radio.
Hi, radio.
I even have a
Oh.
story that ties in with this song.
Oh, I can't really hear. I could hear like the people part. I didn't hear the music. I thought it cut off there. Oh my God, this sounds like it's done through a vocoder.
Let the great experiment begin!
Wow, are you there?
I am here.
Yeah, that was cutting in and out for me. I don't know. You have to check chat, see if it's just
Hey,
like
chat
our
was-
Zoom call or if it's the thing in general. But
let me ask
yeah,
the
like
chat. The thing, we hear what
but
Bob
the
hears.
music sounded so weird. It was like, put your headphones on.
What?
It was like you made a completely different version. I don't understand.
Well, that's the new remix that I did.
Right. I don't understand what possible digital glitch could cause it to sound the way it did to me.
Huh. Well,
I mean, it was so far off in tempo. And I mean, maybe it was just slowed down. I don't know. It was amazing. I wish you could have heard it.
let me try something here because I'm seeing from other people that you might be right, Bob.
Oh, so did they hear the hot mix? I mean, it was pretty incredible. I mean, it was mostly not there, but when it did come in for a little bit, it was quiet. But what it was doing was incredible. If you could have heard it, you'd have been like, wow, this is
all right. Well, let me ask you this. You could hear me now, correct?
Yeah, and you sound fine.
I sound fine. Okay, so let me just, I know we already heard the intro, but
you actually sound clearer than you did at the beginning of the show.
Bob and Ron.
Bob and Ron. It's Bob and Ron.
I don't know Bob and Ron.
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 I love Bob and Ron. Now here are Bob and Ron, the definition of high radio.
Oh, I hear it now.
Prepare yourself, Bob.
I am.
Okay, I think we did it this time. I had a little.
Let the great experiment begin!
It never ends.
Left,
Experiment.
right test.
All right, let me try one more thing.
Headphones that are properly wired will route the left channel to the left earpiece and the right channel to the right. That makes sense. Here is a simple left and right test.
I thought it was Michael
This is the
McKean doing
left channel.
Vincent Price.
This is the right channel. Left, right.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
just hearing them on both.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Right
it's a little bit
side,
of. It's a little bit of both.
left
I don't have it hard.
Oh,
pan.
because
I don't have it hard pan.
mono.
Yeah.
Zoom's probably a mono medium. Who knows?
I don't know.
There are so many steps in this chain that it would be impossible. I think virtually impossible to figure out
The
why it
left,
isn't
right?
in right, left. Yeah.
Okay, because according to my specifications,
Sources?
my sort. Well, I when I do the left right theme or this
Left, right test.
this guy, he's a new
Headphones
he's a new
that are
addition
properly
to the
wired
show.
will route the left channel to the left earpiece and the right channel to the right.
I don't like
it
his
makes
attitude.
sense. Here is a simple left and right test. This is the left channel.
See,
Do you
This
know
is
what
the
your
right
left
channel.
and right is? You
So, yeah, so
stupid
that-
person.
so that
left
and then this is the
side,
old one.
See, she's much
right
nicer.
side,
He's like, hey,
left
let's just
side.
figure this
Now,
out together.
now, Bob, are you
Right
hearing any stereo
side.
separation on your end?
Not that I
left
noticed.
side,
Okay. Okay.
But that could be. I mean,
Right
this
side.
could be the
That could,
AirPods.
yeah, it could be the AirPods. I don't really know if the stream is a stereo stream, and I know this is technically a stereo show because it says so in the intro.
Oh yeah,
It's
we'll
all-
have to get a new intro or we'll be
Yeah.
sued.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it is in stereo or not. I don't think it really matters.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it's just, you know what, curious thing.
It is, and this has been a thing that we've tried to figure out going way back to when we were actually on radio.
And we figured out, wasn't the station itself actually reversed?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a couple, maybe a couple years into the Record Club radio show on CKG that we realized that we realized that the left-right was wrong.
Right, because we would do that thing, and like so many times we would like test, because there were so many steps to do that to bring
Right.
it down there, and we'd be like, all right, is it still right, left, right, left?
Right, because I had to
Okay.
make sure that when I was doing my transfer of any type of music that my left-right cables were correct.
And I remember
You know.
just putting it at the end of our outro so like we could get home and just hear it ourselves on our stereo and be like, okay, I think it is wrong.
And then we realized that at CKG they had their wires crossed, literally. And they had they had it wrong. And did they ever fix it? I don't really remember if it was ever fixed.
No,
I remember bringing it up on air, and
there's some, I don't know if it's a Beatles record. I mean, there's probably more than one record, but there was one came across the other day that I was cataloging, and it said that they reversed the right and left channels on one of the reissues.
yes,
And
that's
I
a
just
common
wonder,
thing.
like,
Yeah.
I wonder like how much that would bug you, or would it make it sound worse or better, or is it just basically the same because it's just equally reversed? Or
I don't know. I'm such a huge fan of. I mean, of course, I love mono. We've talked about mono before and how great mono mixes are.
oh yeah,
Of the,
if you're buying a record, like 66 or earlier, you probably want to pick up the mono version if there's
and
both.
that's just because basically when the band was mixing it, doing the mix of the record, they were mixing it in mono.
Yeah, well,
So-
especially the British groups for sure.
Yeah.
American groups, I think, were mixing in stereo a bit, but still, the mono just still has like great sound, and they're different takes and stuff on the mono. Because I was just looking at this the other day. I got at least a dozen what you'd consider like classic psychedelic albums from like 67, 68, right in there that I have mono and stereo versions of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're usually different takes, not just like a fake stereo made from the mono or whatever they would do.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, and I've definitely gone back and listened to, especially Kinks. I've got some amazing first pressing Kinks records that are mono.
Yeah, you
Something-
want those mono because they're fake stereo, except for I think the debut I think might be real stereo. And
Oh yeah, right.
I want to say greatest hits, but that
I think
can't
yeah,
be. 'Cause
greatest
they
hits.
took,
I think
but
you're
they
right.
took everything from. Maybe they fixed it for the greatest hits. I don't know, but I think the debut is in true stereo, an original copy. But the rest, yeah, you want to get the mono for sure, and the mono, yeah, definitely sound better.
Yeah, and it's interesting because sometimes when
With
they
the
couldn't afford,
Beatles too.
they couldn't afford to like maybe do another session for a stereo session, they would just take, and it was recorded in stereo, but they wanted a mono mix. They would do a fold down, so it's basically just combining the left and right channels into one. And if you do that, it kind of has a different sound to it, as if you were just recording in mono. So it's like there's so many like different attributes that you can't really. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain without actually hearing what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, the clearest indication that I first really just blew my mind was when I heard like the early, like 66 and earlier Beatles in mono, and I was like, oh, I get it now. Because I didn't really like the early Beatles too much. I mean, I understood it, but I never really would put it on for my own listening. But
Yeah.
once I got the mono versions, I like going through their whole discography or what I have of it. I think I'm missing a couple early ones.
It's interesting because I mean I've probably told this story before, but when I was a kid, my dad kind of introduced me to the Beatles in order. For some reason, I don't know why he did it, but like the first thing I remember hearing was first Meet the Beatles, then the second album, then moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to do it that way.
And
Otherwise,
this is like this is early '70s, so
Yeah, but it's good to be able to do it that way for sure. I feel.
But I think it wasn't until much later in my listening and Beatles love that I really went back and really appreciated those early Beatles records.
Right, like I said,
know.
it wasn't until I heard them in mono, and then I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay,"
Yeah.
because they sound, I don't know, they just sound great.
I mean, they're like it because they're a real band, a 4-piece band cranking it out in the studios, doing 1 or 2 takes, all together as a band, and they're just going for it, and you could
or as
hear
many
the
takes
energy
as it took. I
or
think on
whatever.
some of
Yeah,
them they did a lot, but it was always they would have to be all of them at once, yeah, to
yeah,
get it right.
exactly.
And yeah, those things sound great. And, I mean, it's more that the stereos just sound so bad because those are that fake stereo stuff. Whatever that. Well, I can't even think of the term now.
It's like
Fuck. Oh,
the
we're
fake
both
stereo.
remembering.
It's like
Rechanneled.
rechanneled. That's
Is
it.
that what it is? That
I
all
think
it
so.
is?
Yeah, yeah.
Rechanneled stereo. I thought there was one more word in there. Whatever. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
And then a
I
lot of
think.
times, when there was only a mono recording of the original sources, they would, send it off a left side and right side, and they would slightly maybe EQ each side differently, or even time shift it just a hair, so it had a wider sound stage. And these are because they were a mono recording; they never had a stereo version of certain things. So yeah, and and those are interesting in their own right, but they're not true stereo. So
yeah,
it's
I have
weird.
a true stereo record. Ray Charles, I think it's live at Newport. I believe it's like 1958, and that's true stereo
Okay.
and a live record to boot. So
Yeah.
it's like that was a very early, one of the earliest, I think, stereo records. I want to say, or
Oh.
maybe commercial records, or maybe live. There's something about it where that stereo is very early on. I believe it's the earliest I have that's a true stereo record. I mean, I'm sure I have something, earlier because I mean, stereo came in the 50s, right?
Yeah,
People
50, like
start,
late 50s, like
yeah,
56,
people start
7.
freak out. So, like, I'm sure a lot of things that, were already out earlier were released as, with the fake stereo, just to call them stereo to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was like, yeah, I didn't even realize it was real stereo until one day I got one of those books years ago and I was looking, I was like, holy shit.
And it's interesting, like to put it in Beatles perspective, the first original, and I remember reading this. I'm almost positive, but the first stereo recording experiments were done at Abbey Road. It wasn't the Beatles. It was like in the 30s or 40s.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're experimenting. Yeah, everything that you think was invented at a certain time was actually invented like 50 years before
right.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they pull it out.
But
like,
I wonder what the first stereo like rock record is though. I really wonder. Let's see if I could see if the Boro 1900 and.
Well, I don't even know if they consider like a rock group until like the 60s, because it's like pop groups and doo-wop groups. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there was, like Bill Haley in the Comets, I guess that's rock and roll, but what became.
Well, because it says here, Hard Day's Night is often cited as the first true stereo album on the Parlophone label.
Wow. That's what, 64?
Yeah.
That's pretty late. And like I said, that Ray Charles, I believe, was 58 at the latest. I mean, well, I guess it could be 15. I know it's the 50s for sure. And so yeah, that's another. God, I'm so bad math. 6 years ahead.
Yeah.
Really bad at that 8 to 6 math. Whenever I'm trying to think of like 16 plus 8 or 28 plus 6, if it's 8 and 6, I'm that one. It always trips me up for a second. I double clutch.
John Glenn, our listener, says best way to test stereo is bubble jazz, and he might have.
Yeah, bubble jazz is not good stereo.
There's just so much bubbly sound in this.
Yeah, he plays a bubble phone.
It's just like bubbles come out of it.
Yeah, it's like a tuba and bubbles come out of it.
Oh God.
I just thinking about it now. The Canon theme music, like the soundtrack every night, is very close to Bubble Jazz, but much because like whenever Canon's on screen, they really hit that tuba. And it's just, it's like, it's humiliating. But
It is. I can't believe that he was okay with that.
yeah, maybe I never actually watched. They had a guy live on set just playing a tuba as he walked
Right.
around.
Anytime he walks in.
Down. Yeah, they don't put any in the theme song though. See, they tricked them. They're like, "Yeah, listen,
Starring William Conrad.
light on your
The guest
feet."
stars Scott Marlowe.
It's so funny how many so every episode of Canon, with the guest stars, and then they name 5 or 6 people that I've never heard of.
Stuart Moss.
Yeah, once you start watching the Quinn Martin productions, you'll recognize them all.
Right.
Although Diane Keaton was on, oh no, she was on Mannix.
I
think.
recognize them, but their names, it's like,
Oh yeah, like there's some people. I mean, and they don't do this on MeTV. They don't make a big deal of it or say it's a theme night. But there's been nights where I've seen the same bad guy on 3 shows in a row, sometimes 4, and it's amazing. It's like wow. Sometimes they line up. Sometimes it confuses me if I'm watching a Canon into a Barnaby Jones and they have the same bad guy, and I'm like, wait, how did he get away again? I'm like, wait, what? But anyways. All right.
So another record store day came and went.
Did you get anything?
I didn't get anything. There was
Me neither.
There were a couple releases that I do have. Are you all right?
Yeah.
There were a couple releases that I did have written down, that I wanted to get, but looking back at that list, I realize it's basically things that I already own.
Yeah,
these are new pressings.
The only thing that interests me is sometimes there's a new pressing that has an extra disc with a live concert from the time of the record being made. And it's and you read about it's supposedly this fucking hot shit concert that you have to have, and it's like, yeah. But yeah, we used to, in record day number 1, we were right there, and all the way up till about 2015, 20.
Yeah.
I even went to probably one in about 2018 or maybe even 19, just because there was something that I wanted. But then I just started just going maybe later in the day, and just because there's only a couple things I'd want. They usually would still be there.
Yeah.
And if they weren't there, they're the type of thing you had to be the first or second in line. You either have to be first or second in line, or they're going to be there.
Yeah, the things that Bob and Ron would want are not what people are lining up for. I'm guessing.
I always assume they are, but then I'll see. Somehow I get this daily, more than one, these Reddit emails, and I'll just click on when I'm bored late night. And one of them's something about vinyl and stuff. So I'm always clicking on, so they probably always send me more. And I don't care, whatever. And people are always oh, found my holy grail. And it's a record that came out 6 months ago, and it's a Pokemon soundtrack. And I'm like, that's your holy grail? And I mean, it's soundtracks for video games, and people I had to pay $120, but it's worth. It's wait, what? I didn't even know these were available. Maybe they're so small pressings that's why they're cost a lot. I don't know, and I don't even know if these people are. I hate saying these people, but I don't know if these people are even listening to the records. I think a lot of people now just get the record as
buying to
collectible.
Flip. Yeah.
No, it's a collectible to keep.
Collect.
Taylor Swift fans just want to have, a group of 9 Taylor Swift records all in a nice pattern behind them on their Instagram wall where they do their tick and talks.
So, and I'm playing in the background. This is Flying Teapot by Gong.
I assume everyone would want this.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
This was one of the releases that came out this year for Record Store Day. It's from the original masters, High Speed Master. Something it comes with a booklet, a new booklet. But it's like,
Oh, a new booklet. I'll pay
Yeah.
$50. It's like a booklet I'll look at once and forget it's in there every other time I play it.
It's like, but it's like I know I already have a first pressing.
Yeah, I paid up. Like I felt I really paid up at the time, like $35 or something.
Yeah,
Bought
yeah,
a
yeah.
first pressing, so I would never have to buy it again. And now
Yeah.
I'm sticking to that.
Yeah, I did end up. I mean, I definitely have like
I have
probably
reissues.
2 or 3, maybe 4 copies of it of
Yeah.
Teapot.
Me too. That I bought actually before I actually found an original.
You're-
I had like
you're-
2 reissues. I
exactly.
think. So I don't
it took
need
me
any
2
more
or 3 to
reissues.
buy that. It took me 2 or 3 to find the first pressing, so I have those other ones.
Now, once again, if like I doubt there are any new listeners, but if there are any new listeners or younger kids that somehow are hooked onto the show, we are like, because judging from what I've read too, people are shocked, like the younger buyers of today, when they find out older records are playable, let alone can be fucking mint and sound better
Yeah,
than the new like all these new reissues. They're hoping to sound as good, or they're doing crazy boost stuff on it to make it sound good on modern systems and make it sound like modern stuff, but it doesn't really. I'd rather just have the original pressing, man, and fucking deal with any inadequacies.
Yeah,
like, 'cause you don't know what's like how much is like a fake boost and how much is a
sure.
I don't know. I mean, it's like we've said, some records, like, an original gong took me a long time to find one of those. So, I mean, you might as well, if you don't have it, fucking pick up the reissue by all means, I'm sure they're still sitting in record stores.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe, like, I'm always like, who's actually buying, like, some of these records and all this? But I never see people, like, bragging too much about the records we like, unless they're like, hey, I got a bunch of records from my uncle or something. They show them, and then like people will tell them, like, these 4 records are really good or something. And the person's like, oh yeah, I think I've heard of that band, and it's like, oh my god. But I mean, we said a million times, radio let us down too. At least me. I mean, I don't know. I just heard the hits basically. So I mean, I never heard Gong on the radio. So
No, man. I mean, thank God
But
I was
they're
in
great.
some weird band this was like in the maybe mid or late 80s. I know exactly what it was, which is weird, but it was in February of 88, and I was in a band with this guy Eric Napperstack. He was really into like progressive rock, and I remember one time getting super stoned at his house, and he's like, "I'm gonna turn you on to this band," because I had mentioned Hawkwind, because I just
right,
discovered
okay.
Hawkwind. He's like, "Oh, okay, you like space rock? Okay, he's like, okay, here's the greatest space rock," and he put on Gong U, which is the 3rd in the trilogy, the
all right.
Flying Gnome trilogy, and it proceeded to completely blow my mind. It was so psychedelic and so weird and so spacey, and the guitar playing, Steve Hillage, was
I know, and you liked it right away,
like,
right?
Instantly liked it right away. Never heard one note on the radio. Obviously, I don't even
I know,
remember
because it's just
never even
too
mentioned
weird
by
and
anybody.
nobody will like it.
Yeah,
And it's like, I mean, I get everybody's not gonna like it, but if you like, like you said, if you like Hawkwind, you're gonna like Gong.
yeah.
If you like, spacey type music with some fun lyrics and great musicianship, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
But it seems like a total record collector band too, like the type of thing that they would sell out on Record Store Day. But like you said, those Gong records are usually sitting there at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know. I looked on Reckless, I think, afterwards just to see what was still at the store, and it seemed, the list was endless.
Yeah. That's why I think even if I go, like say next week, I think I'll still be able to find.
Oh yeah. And the
Yeah.
thing is, anything I want, like you said, I basically already have it. The only things, like sometimes there's demo versions or alternate versions or
There was a Todd Rundgren run, like
live.
like a live thing, like,
Right.
But I think it's part of that radio thing that he did that I've already got? I don't know. So I'll have to look into that more. But that was one of the things.
And they're just like so expensive. Like I'd love the Grateful Dead always put out a show. I'd love to get it, but they're always like a couple $100, and I'm like, I'm hoping to find that in 5 years for $75. Hopefully,
Sure.
like in old stock in somebody's store.
I don't know, buying all these new like Grateful Dead live vinyl pressings, while they're great, and I'm so glad they're coming out, that's awesome. But I've been collecting live Grateful Dead recordings, since I was 20 years old, so it's
Right.
like, I've heard great quality live stuff. Do I need to own it on vinyl? It's not really something,
I only
I don't
buy
know,
if I
man.
come
I'm really
across where it's
tossed
like
up.
the price is right. Like it's an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah.
Like a half price sale on box sets or something, and it's like, wait, instead of 125, it's 62 or whatever. I'm like, all right, if it's 5 records for $60, $70, that's totally fair.
I don't know.
But I'm
Live,
not paying like $30 a record or something.
I mean, sure,
in a
we could
5-record set.
probably discuss and name some of the best live albums that have been released already. There's a bunch of them. They're great. I love live records, but it's like there's just something about the Grateful Dead. Because there's so many shows that are, and so many of them that are of great quality, recording quality and playing quality.
That's why you need to get a lot of them.
Oh man.
I mean, that's like it's like I had like 1 then 2. Now I got a nice
You got a
collection.
nice collection, yeah.
I probably got almost a dozen live, but a few of them are official. Like Live Dead and Without a Net. Dead Set, Reckoning, right there. You got 4.
Yeah.
Oh, Bear's Choice. That's another live one, official. So, I mean, like official when they were still around making studio albums, I'm saying before. I mean, because all these box sets are all official too, but it's like, I don't know. I don't consider them really part of the discography.
Right.
I mean, technically it is, I guess, but it's like a separate category.
Well, no, I mean, the ones that I consider are, of course, Live Dead.
Yeah, things that came out on
Reckoning,
like during their
Europe 72,
during their playing days.
Right.
Like 95 and earlier. If it came out live then we can discuss it.
And if not, forget it.
And then it's just too much. We can't discuss it. It's too much. But yes. Speaking of live albums, let's see. I got some notes, Rex. I always forget what
Amazing.
I actually listened to.
Oh,
Well,
I'm so glad.
I try to remember what I listened to during, just to keep it, because basically what I listen to, I try to constantly mix it up because I'm trying to enter my collection into Discogs.
Oh, wow.
And so to do that, I'm not going to just sit there and enter in records and look up Matrix, but as I play them, like a few records a day.
Yep.
So I try to always pick a new record that I haven't put in yet. There's, of course, I duplicate things now and again, but I'll always at least try to, at least for every one that I'm playing for a second time or something, definitely put in something that I haven't put in yet.
Will it notify
I'm over
you?
1,400. I'm over 1,400
Nice. Will it notify you if you've already entered something in?
No. Well, as you're putting it in, you'll see.
Oh, it'll come up.
If you've put it in, it will already show all your whatever you said about it, how you graded it, and then another box will open below it. Because there are many records I have multiple copies of, and I'll enter them both. Because sometimes I'm doing them, listening to all 3 copies, and maybe this time I'll remember to make a note on which one's the good one, and I seldom do, but.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I, have them all listed and at least know that they all play or something. Because, hopefully we'll be bringing some records to your store to sell someday.
That would be great.
And, I don't want to have records that are skipping or something. So I want to clean them all. I want to make sure they at least play at least once.
Yeah.
And if they got any sort of issues, and maybe put in, I don't know, what is a $1 bin seems too cheap nowadays for any record. I always thought a $1 bin was too cheap anywhere because the cover's worth $1.
Yeah.
So, a $5 bin seems like, well, if you're gonna pay $5, it should probably play. So maybe a $3 bin.
Are you? Yeah, I mean, At my store, I'm not.
Am I
don't-
changing the paradigm, Ron? Is that
No,
what you're
no,
about
no.
to ask?
At my store, I don't have like a $1 bin or a $3 bin.
Right,
The
I know.
records, they're all priced accordingly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just price. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And you just price them, and then I'll put them
Gotcha.
out there.
Anyways, yeah. So I've just been putting them all in there. I mean, a lot of times though, I can't figure out what the hell the pressing is, and sometimes they don't have the one I have.
This portion
Like
of the show brought to you by Invisible Landscapes, 917
Oh.
Chicago Avenue, right in the heart of Evanston. Come on by and say hi. Buy a record.
There you go. So my
Sorry.
brain's so
I
bad.
had
No, it's
to
all
get
right.
that.
Right. I was listening to Face the Music ELO, and I have a promo copy, and
Okay.
it's banded for airplay and has a shorter version of the opening song. It's like a little bit, like a minute and a half shorter because it's like
Oh,
the radio edit. So on it, there was only one version that said, banded for airplay, promo, blah, blah, blah. But it had it pressed at a different place, like that has a 22 in the matrix. Mine didn't have a 22. Mine had a T for Terre Haute, Indiana, which is where like most of my records seem to come from.
Yeah, that pressing
And-
was very
Well,
active.
we're around Indiana, so
Yeah, so it came
that's-
right here. Yeah.
that's the closest to us, I guess. We don't. I mean, I see it way more in Jacksonville, Illinois. So that must have been down. That must have gone more south than north. And I'm surprised there wasn't a Chicago pressing though for some of these places. But yeah. So like, and that was not listed. So, but I just put it as the other one, then just made a note to myself, and I think I put it in the review or something. Like I actually have one that's this, because like every time I try to like submit something for a change, it's just a pain in the ass. So I'm like, somebody
you
can
should
read
still
my
do
review.
it though. You should
Yeah,
still
someone
do
else, someone else can read my review and enter it for me. But yeah, it's. And then like some of them, like the records where there's like 35 different original pressings or whatever from the first year in America, different label variations, different this, different that. It's like
Yeah.
so hard. But like that's why I did, all my Japanese records first, because it was like almost every Japanese record. I mean, if there's 7 different issues, that's a lot. Usually it's like
Do you
3.
have any Japanese dead?
Yes, I
records?
do.
What do you have?
I have Terrapin Station, and that might be it.
Okay.
Because basically what I was trying to buy for the most part, I did go dip out of the zone a few times maybe, but I was basically trying to stay in that 1970s, and they were all like really like dialing in the clean, crisp sound and all that.
Yep.
So like albums that I felt would benefit from that type of sound being on the Japanese
Super
vinyl. Like
hi-fi. Yeah.
all the McCartney Wings stuff, all the Bowie, the Stone 70s stuff, even like the Aerosmith stuff sounds great on Japanese vinyl. It's just like anything from the 70s and that equipment, I don't know, with that Japanese vinyl, it really sounds good. But like we say, in the 60s, that old, really thick vinyl on the mono copies, that sounded great. So
Someone asked any hot takes on favorite suburban record stores. I don't make it out to the suburbs, but I know a friend of ours, our former listener, or maybe current, Andy, has
Steve Dolphin for sure, Andy Dearer.
Andy Dearer.
We would say his name more, but I always forget how many there are.
What's his store is Blue was it Blue Village?
Yes, I think you're right.
Blue
It's in
Village
Westmont,
Vinyl.
I believe, on Cass or Ogden. No, I mean, well,
Yep.
I think there's somewhere you could probably look it up easily.
It's on it's 29 East Chicago Avenue in Westmont. Blue Village Vinyl. Go in
and
there.
there's something.
Tell them Bob and Ron sent you, and maybe
There was a place
be nice to you.
where, yeah, maybe they'll give you a deal or a swift kick in
$1
the
off.
pants.
Yeah.
But then there was a place out. I've never actually been there, but the guy, I bumped into him at a couple like record, sales where like people set up a table and he worked. He owned like somewhere in Roselle.
Yeah,
Not West,
that's
like
yeah. Someone just
wizardry.
mentioned. Someone just mentioned Roselle Record Wonderland in Roselle.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, I think so. That's where I got like a lot of Hawkwind. Like, I paid up at the time. I felt I paid up like $19.99, but they were all mint perfect copies of the ones I needed, and like some of that '70s and '80s stuff. And it was, well, I guess it's all basically '70s and '80s, but
And another local
later stuff.
Kiss the Sky in Batavia, which was, and Hoarders in St. Charles.
And these are still operating, they're saying?
I mean,
Or
these are
like
in the
nostalgic
chat.
places?
People are posting them up in the chat, so I'm guessing that these are current.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was younger, like there was Rainbow Records near us for a while.
Sight and
And
Sound.
There was Sight and Sound out near us. There was a Rose Records I remember going to. I remember buying like a lot of my first records at Rose Records, actually. And I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I rode my bike pretty far, or rode my skateboard. I don't know how I got these places because I was going there before I had a car. But maybe once I had a car, I do remember, I think, taking my sister along so she could get a record once. So I must have had a car at some point.
I remember going to that Rose Records, probably the same one you're talking about, and waiting in line for tickets.
Yeah, wait in line for tickets there,
Ticket-Tron?
right? Yeah, I got tickets there.
Yeah.
But I remember like buying like,
It's like in a kind of a little strip mall type situation. Where
yeah,
okay.
everything is in the suburbs though.
I guess
So.
so. I guess
Is
so.
it out in the suburbs in the strip mall? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then I don't think any of those places are around though. But like Rolling Stones Records, that's still around, and that's on the edge of the city. I think.
Yeah, I drove by it recently, and
I guess it's not quite the edge, but it's pretty far west, right? Like 5,000 or something.
Yeah,
4,000, 5,000. It's out near Harlem.
Harlem Irving Plaza.
Yeah, that's 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, nowadays, any of your questions, you just type it into here. Although, hopefully, maybe, well, no, I guess they're listening. They're not all analog, unless they hooked up some really crazy contraption.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say, there is, just type it into internet, like record stores, Chicago suburbs, because I'm sure there's tons out there. But anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. But we were talking about live records, and I was talking also. All right, what I've been listening to this week,
Yeah, Bob.
or the last couple of weeks, whenever since we
Sure.
last met. It is one of the veins where, once again, every time I go down a little vein, I'm surprised. I surprise myself how many records I can pull into the listening binge. Like, I always think, there's going to be like 5, 10, 50, 20. Oh, wow, there's like 10 different groups, but I've been going through the Humble Pie from the beginning.
Okay.
And, just Humble Pie, the Humble Pie records, I was thinking in my head. Anyways, and I got up to, like, we've talked many times about their early stuff with Frampton, which is great, and the Smokin' record, the first one without Frampton, with 30 Days in the Hole, classic. And they have one of the great live albums, Live at the Fillmore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one of the great live albums. And another one that when I got up to it, I always think it's live. Eat It.
Oh yeah, it's not live.
But it's not live. Only one side. This album I definitely have to reassess more, because in my mind I always think it's live, and I always listen to the Fillmore one first, and then I'm like, do I really need to listen to more live Humble Pie right now? Well, sometimes I say yes. But it's a double record. The D side is live. Then there's two sides written by Steve Marriott, and one side that is a cover side, which, I mean, you talk about that whole Blue Eye Soul and what he did.
Yeah.
On those cover versions, he does like Ray Charles, Ike, and Tina Turner. He fucking kills it. And he's got like the Blackberry singing background.
That's right.
It's like such a soulful, and it's like, I don't know, sometimes it seems a little over the top, or he's just going crazy, but like in the context of, the soul early, almost funk in a way. Well, they bring some funk rock to it, of course, but that soulful thing with the background singers they had on there and the whole thing, it really does work. And like, I don't know, never. I mean, I always liked them, of course. We talk about it all the time, but it like super clicked in. And I was like, you know what? I bet you the next few times I listen to this record, I'm gonna like it more and more because it's pretty fucking cool, man. That Ike and Tina song, I forget which one they do now. Side, what is it?
Which record is it, Bob? It's
Eat It.
Eat It. Yeah, I could look it up real quick. Oh,
But
I know
they
that
are
one for sure.
Yeah, so that's the one I'm up to now, and after that, then I think is Thunderbox.
Oh, they do Up Our Sleeve, Honky Tonk Women, Roadrunner.
That's the lie. Yeah, there's a side with like three.
Yeah, three songs: Up Our Sleeve, Honky Tonk Woman, and Roadrunner.
Yeah, that's the live side, I think. But there's another side with like 3 covers.
Oh yeah. I Believed My Soul, Ray Charles, Black Coffee. That's Ike and Tina.
Yeah, Black Coffee. Holy
yeah.
shit! I mean,
great.
I was like, oh yeah, and that like, because I mean, I love Ike and Tina.
Yeah.
But when people like cover, like, it's just different to me. It's not, neither one's better to me. It's like completely different things to me in a way. I mean, if I had to pick, I'd probably always go with Ike and Tina, the original being the shit. But I don't know. It really hit me last time listening to it. Like, it's a record that, I don't know. Not that I didn't like it, but I think I underestimated it, I should say.
Yeah, I for some reason I didn't realize that was a double album. I don't know why, but I gotta pull that out. Of course, I mean, for our listeners that aren't familiar with Humble Pie, started out of the ashes of Small Faces. They split, became the Faces with Rod and Ronnie, and then Steve started his own band with Frampton. Jerry Ridley, what's his name?
Yeah, and then Clemson came in and replaced Peter Frampton.
Frampton, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he played in Coliseum, that's another band. I got those Coliseum
Greg Ridley
records.
and Jerry Shirley.
I got those Coliseum records so cheap, and if you like Cream, you got to get the Coliseum records. I mean, they're a little jazzy. I don't know. They're so good. There's one that was not as good as the other. I think I got like 4 of them all at once, basically.
Yeah.
3 of them are dynamite, and one was like, it's all right. I think like the 2 first ones are really good. Then like the live one was good. And then there was like whatever the last studio one wasn't that great. But that's another band. You can get that cheap. I mean, this Eat It record, I bet you can get for like $8.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying, like, the one thing I really want to do on that show is record. I mean, I say it every time, but I feel so bad how expensive records have gotten. That, like, I mean, if I was putting together a collection right now, some of these things, if you even think you slightly like this type of music, snap it up now before they're gone or they're too expensive, and fill it. Beef up your collection.
Yeah.
It's the more music you have, the wider your tastes get. Although, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think my tastes are super narrow, and then other times I think about what I played in the last week, and I'm like, yeah, they're pretty wide.
Right. Yeah, I listened to, what did I listen to this week? I was checking out my Richard and Linda Thompson record, so I listened to Pour Down Like Silver. Do you know that record at all, Bob?
No, how many records did they put out, roughly, do you know?
I mean, 4 or 5 as Richard and Linda.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I think
so.
I have 1 or 2. I know I have 1. I might have 2. I think I have I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight.
Yeah, for me, that's the best one.
Shoot Out the Lights was like their most popular, right?
Yeah, Shoot Out the Lights, because that had the big hit, Shoot Out the Lights, which is great. I love that record.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one.
The recording on that, the production on that is amazing.
So what year is that from?
That's 82.
Oh,
And does not sound like an 80s record.
right. That's why it sounds good. Anyone that didn't fall for that crap in the 80s, you go back and listen to it, it's like, hey, it sounds better than I remember, because it's like it stands the test of time where the other ones fell away.
So yeah, shoot out the lights. I want to see the bright lights tonight and pour down like silver. Those are the 3 Richard and Linda records I highly recommend. They get the Bob and Ron seal of approval.
Yeah, I think I only have the one.
I highly recommend it. And let's see.
That right there, just on first, like it just kind of reminded me of like Warren Zevon meets Dire Straits or something.
Yeah. There's definitely, I could hear that for sure. I'm
that
sure.
one part of that one song.
I'm so tired of working every day.
I highly recommend this record.
Now the weekend's
Obviously.
come, I'm gonna throw my troubles away. If you got the cafe, mister, you'll do alright. I want to see the
Which record's this on?
Want to see the bright lights tonight? Title song.
Gotcha. Oh, gotcha.
Anyways, so yeah, highly recommend that stuff. That I listened to
That is
those
sweet.
just the other day.
Yeah, and then I went, of course, once I listened to Humble Pie, it also then got me wanting to go through the free records too.
Oh man, yeah.
God dang, that's some good stuff. I like that's something that like I always kind of liked it, and I bought it. I bought all the records because I knew at some point it would really grow on me.
Mm-hmm.
And especially once you heard all your faces, Stones and Humble Pie records a million times, all of a sudden that free sounds fresh and good and like right in the middle of all of them or something. And yeah, I'm a mover from that first record. Holy shit. And the live version's good too. That live record's good. It's all good. They're all good.
Oh yeah.
And
I forgot. I have a compilation somewhere where it's got free, like, they're big. This is a big hit, Fire and Water, but the single version of it, I mean, this is great. Listen to this.
oh yeah.
I don't wanna say goodbye, baby, but look at the tears in my eyes. I don't wanna say goodbye.
Yeah, I know the version you're talking about,
Yeah,
Ron.
yeah.
I think it's on a Mojo compilation.
Yes, I think you're right. And it just
The
has
single
a slightly,
version.
It's a single version of this song. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's just juiced up or something.
Yeah,
a little
there's
bit
something
more
about it.
rock,
It's
a little
different
bit more
take.
attack to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
yeah.
bit less laid back. Do you got I'm a Mover there?
Let's see here.
Well, why go to? I do have a musical math question for you that we can
Okay,
try to figure out
Let me pull this
now
up.
that we're talking about these bands.
So,
Listen, I was born by the
It's like-
river.
It's like sit down and listen. What?
yeah, it's like, okay, listen, I'm listening.
Moving ever since.
I like to be told what to do.
Ain't got nobody to call my own. You know I've been moving since the day I
Paul Rogers, what a great voice, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his voice and the
my
guitar
God.
tone on this
Oh,
song is so good.
made for fun.
This whole album's great. Tons of songs. It took me a while to find this one.
Don't love no one. Yes, I'm a mover, baby. Now get out of my way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, get the hell out
Get
of
the
me.
fuck out of my way. I was like, oh, okay. Look out.
He's a mover in many ways. He's got to move on, and he's got to move you out of the way.
Yeah. That's
And he
Paul
works
Kossoff.
for a moving company. So
Paul Kossoff, who passed away, he was the original guitar player in that band. Fucking awesome. Big fan.
All right, so here's
All right,
the
go ahead,
musical
Bob.
math question for you. All right, so now we've already heard some Humble Pie and Free. Now, Black Crows, we've often talked about.
Yes.
They're obviously influenced by certain bands. Now, what
By Free.
percentage of each? We got Stones and Faces for sure. We've talked about Free and Humble Pie. We just talked about. I would say if you're looking for examples, well, like Love and Cup Stones or Miss Judy Faces.
Oh yeah.
30 Days Humble Pie. I mean, that's all right in their thing. And then you add in a little Terry Reid River.
Oh yeah.
Think about that.
I
Dean,
love
especially
Dean.
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 Yeah,
That's
Dean
the
for
one.
sure. And then Captain Beyond, Dancing. Oh,
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of Miss Judy right here. It's got that swagger that Black Crows really went with.
Yeah, he took a lot from Rod Stewart for sure.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. And let me.
Yeah, those Faces records, I love them.
Yeah.
And then Terry Reid, Dean.
Yeah, Dean. Let's see a little bit of that. This song, so good. There's that live. I've seen that live clip of Terry Reid playing the song.
I think so. Like a while. I haven't seen it in a while, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Of course, David Lindley on Slide.
Yeah, this record, if you see it, buy it.
Oh man,
River.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's total Amorica right there.
Yeah, Amorica. Yeah. That's produced by Tom Dowd, and he's a producer that I just love. The drum sounds on this record.
Yeah, they
so
sound. This sounds
like
so
you're in the
good on
room,
your
man.
own
Oh.
hi-fi at home. Yeah, I mean, this is one that I always go and crank up maybe 2 or 3 times while it's playing. It's like, a little louder. A little louder. Because it just gets more clear and crisp and like, oh man, yeah, that's a great one. Side note, this is just reminding me of another record that's not in the Black Crowes list of ingredients, although I guess it could be. Do you have Python Lee Jackson? Do you have that
Ooh.
record?
No,
Do you have
I
that
don't.
record?
I do not.
Because Rod Stewart sings like on 4 of the songs. So
Okay.
those really have like kind of a Terry Reid, Faces feel for sure. And the other ones, I believe they were all right songs too. I remember Rick Addy from the late great
Rick
Shake,
Addy,
Rattle, and Reed.
yes.
He told me one day, he's like, "Do you have this?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "You should buy it." I'm like, "Really?" All right. And he like put one song on. I was like, "Yes." Like 1 second into it, it had that tone. Like whatever song he put on was like the first time I heard Dean was like,
So
"Yes."
So this is the big Humble Pie, their biggest hit, I guess.
Right. This got a nice. Definitely in their DNA. And then another one that I think you have in your computer. This is like a smaller dash. This is one of their hidden influences. Captain Beyond, Dancing Madly Backwards.
Oh yeah.
Like when they started adding more of a little like funk and soul to their music. And then of course just all dash of Allman Brothers and Skinnerd.
Yeah.
And then I think they grew up with a love of soul.
Another
and
great
funk.
drum sound. Not sure who produced this one, but
Oh yeah, this is definitely sounds great. The Morocco work. I think they took the Morocco work from this. I remember. All right, that is Captain Beyond, Dancing
Beyond.
Madly Backwards from their first record, the one that you might have seen in the stores with like that 3D, kind of like the Stones Satanic Majesties cover, one of those, old fashioned 3Ds. I forget, I don't know what they're called, but those thick plastic with the, things look like they're moving and look like early holograms almost.
Yeah, lenticular.
So the original copy has one on the cover, and I remember for years seeing it, and I think someone once told me, oh, it's not that good or something. So I was like, oh, it's just about getting that cover someday, maybe. And then one day I bought it. And when I put that song on, I was like, this kicks ass. Who doesn't like this? But like you said, maybe people don't like our music, but I mean, dude,
I like
the other
second
day
album too. Second.
yeah, it's a little it's good. I mean, well, it's
Different.
like Iron Butterfly and
Yeah.
who else? Fuck. It's like people from two different bands,
Yeah.
basically got together.
Iron
A couple from
Butterfly.
Iron Butterfly and one from
Bobby Caldwell. What's
Vanilla Fudge, maybe.
maybe? Yeah. Let's see here.
But yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Former members of Butterfly, Deep Purple, and Johnny Winter's band.
Yeah. Deep Purple. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
another-
fucking what's
that's
his name?
another-
Ian
that's
Gilliam or whatever. I think, right?
Gillian, yeah.
It's the original Deep Purple or second Deep Purple after Rod Evans. I think God, I can't believe that just popped into my head.
No, that's pretty amazing, Bob.
Yeah, I must be wrong.
But even there's some deep. If you talk about Black Crows, there's definitely some Deep Purple in there as well.
Oh, for sure. And I was just thinking pretty things like Parachute.
Oh yeah, Parachute era.
And of course Zeppelin is in there.
For sure.
I mean, there's tons. But that's what I'm saying. You start going down Black Crowes influences, and you can just spend a month listening to records.
Yeah.
And I like the Black Crowes too. I'm not
Me
putting
too.
them
Me
down.
too, man.
Although that little covers 10-inch wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the
songs
best
did
thing
they
I
do?
ever heard.
What songs
I
did they-
forget now, but I thought it was going to be the greatest thing ever because every song they did was one that I loved, and I'm like, oh yeah, they could kill this song.
Yeah.
And it was good. I got to listen to it more. Maybe I was expecting too much. It's your opinion's going to go up when you're surprised by how good it is, not
Yeah.
slightly disappointed or you built it up too much. But
Yeah.
there's a new band, Ron, that
Uh-oh.
kind of reminds me of the Black Crowes definitely wear their influences on their tattered sleeves.
Yes.
Uh
And their bell
this
bottom
band,
trousers.
I mean, this band I've only listened to a couple YouTube clips, but I'm already if I see their record, I'm gonna buy it.
Okay, go ahead.
The Gnomes?
Yes. Nice, Bob.
Dude, have you heard them?
I have. I've heard the record. It's great. It's great.
It is Ruddle's level.
It's a parody.
And then it's well, these songs are great though. If it was a parody, I'd be well, these are cool songs anyways. But it's it's really almost lost songs or one of those bands that you don't know about right away, maybe Tomorrow that you don't learn about right away, and then you find their record, and you're like, God, Tomorrow, this record kicks ass. How'd they not get bigger? It has a feeling of an old. I mean.
It was one of the faster songs, but
Yeah, it's I read about him in Mojo, of course, and the influences that they listed. I'm all right, I'll give these guys a chance because it was Flamin' Groovies, MC5, Beatles, Kinks, and I was all right, if they have even a slightest hint of any of these, it's the Monkees.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's got a wizard hat on in the video.
Oh yeah, this is what.
Right.
Yeah, I think that guy's just some guy playing a wizard. I don't think he's in the band.
Okay, got it.
But he does look like one of those a Graham Bond characters or something, some crazy guy.
The kids are all right, Bob.
Yeah, Magic Man. I remember listening to this one.
Magic.
That's it. Yeah, so you can look them up on YouTube if you want to check them out. But I think the record, I just looked it up just to like see like they had it Reckless or something, and they
Yeah.
didn't. But then I like saw it on Discogs. It looks like they're like a black pressing, a white, and a red, and there's like 300 of each. Although the red only has like 150. I just want a black pressing. That's fine with me.
Sure.
But
I'll always
it
go
looks
with
like
just the
even
black. If I have a
right, it
choice,
looks-
I'll always go with black.
yeah, I always go black person. If not, if I have to get a color, I'm fine. But the black pressing only has 300 copies too, just like the white one.
Jeez.
So it sounds like, I mean, I'm sure they'll reissue it and put it out in America or something. I don't know. But my dad's in Europe right now, so I told him to look for it. And
Cool.
I go, if you see it, buy it. But I don't know.
So yeah, I'm so glad that I got a copy of Amorica when it came out with the band cover. But this record,
Yeah, that's worth a lot of money now.
is it really?
Oh hell yeah!
Not selling it
Yeah, they just put out, I think, a reissue of it.
with that cover.
And I guarantee people are like, I guarantee yours is better.
Yeah, interesting.
Dude, I got some reissues now that like, I have like a Ween, I don't know, white pepper from like 2009
Yeah.
or something that I saw people want like $100 for now. I'm like, what? Like some of these like reissues like of Ween records are expensive, and I'm like, how can that be?
So yeah, they just recently reissued like White Pepper, maybe Quebec, and like a handful of.
Oh, maybe that'll bring down the prices of my reissue then. Not that I was.
But
gonna
I heard
sell
there
it,
was some
but-
pressing problems.
Yeah,
some
see, there
errors.
always is.
Yeah, man.
I know. I mean, that's like, I mean, maybe like when I was new to records, I understand some people thinking like new records are the way to go, because when I first was buying records, I never even heard of used records. And then when I went to college, a place across the street, Round Records near Loyola, had an upstairs. She's like, yeah, we got some used records upstairs, because I was complaining about how much discs were. And I'm like, don't people have records anymore? I still buy records, and she's like, yeah, they're upstairs. We got used records. I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a used record. I mean, they're gonna be all beat up. She's like, well, if there's any problems, you can return it. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, then who would buy a new record? I just ran up there, and the records are probably like, I don't know, $1 to $3 probably for all of them, and I probably bought 2 records or something. It's like, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it when I discovered used records. I was like, wait, what? Because I guess I just thought used records is what I see at thrift stores. You look through 100 to find 2 or something.
Right.
But yeah, it was like that was crazy. That was like in the 80s. And then in the 90s, then the thrift stores actually were loaded with good records. We've talked about that, of course, many times.
Mhm.
But yeah. All right, Ron.
All right, Bob.
That growling in my stomach means it's time to go eat.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in this week. We're going to try, I always say this, but we are going to try doing this on a more frequent basis.
Yeah. Oh,
We'll do an hour here and there.
But hopefully we gave you a lot to listen to
Yeah,
that
man.
you can pull out of your own collection, or go buy them. Go to your local record store. I guarantee they have some of the like all those bands we were talking about. We were talking about Black Crowes influences. I guarantee they're all there.
And
Maybe
if you
not
wanna
every record by everyone, but they're all there.
If you want to get in touch with us, you could always email us at bobandronsrecordclub@gmail.com or hit us up in the Discord. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we'll play a little clip from our friend Mel Brooks.
Oh yeah, he's got Spaceballs too, baby.
Spaceballs 2. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you soon.
Hello.
All right, bye.
This is Mel Brooks, I swear to God. And I met Bob and Ron on the street. I'm talking on the street near a subway here. And these guys really look haggard. And they look like they're hungry. So and they look also smart. Somewhere there's a gleam in their eyes. So listen to Bob and Ron if you get a chance. And even if you don't get a chance, tell Jews everywhere, Bob and Ron are on the air, and they're hip and they're bright and they're hungry. So keep in touch. Bye.